Dear students, today we will start chapter 6 Chemical Thermodynamics. Chemical thermodynamics is very important chapter because it provides all introductory idea about the chemistry. It helps us interconversion of heat energy into different other form of energy. It deals with the study of transformation of chemical energy from one form to another form. That's why we can see that chemical thermodynamics is branch of thermodynamics which deals with the transformation of chemical energy into different other form of energy. It deals with the study of interconversion of chemical energy in different types of reaction into other form of energy, or it also deals with the study of interconversion of heat energy into chemical energy. Here term thermodynamics derived from thermo plus dynamics. Thermo plus dynamics. Thermo means heat. Dynamics means in motion. Means heat energy interconvert into other form of energy in a dynamic state. So now first we will discuss about the basic terminology of thermodynamics. First we will discuss about basic terminology. Basic terminology of thermodynamics. Basic terminology of thermodynamics. Basic terminology. Basic terminology. In basic terminology, first we will discuss about system. System. Then we will discuss about the surrounding, then about the rigid wall. In basic terminology, these three terms are very important. First one is the system, second is the surrounding, and third one is the rigid wall. First we will discuss about system. System is a assembly of various particles under influence of pressure, temperature, volume, etc. System is a assembly of various type of particles of matter under influence of a specific temperature, pressure and volume. That's why any system is a assembly of various particles of a matter. If consider about a gaseous system, then in that system various particles of gaseous substance is present, and that system kept at a particular temperature, pressure and volume, and such type of assembly of particles is regarded as a system. So second important term is surrounding. 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 If we are going to explain about surrounding, then we can say that empty space around system, empty space around system which can apply direct influence on system is known as a surrounding. Empty space around system which affected by system is also known as a surrounding. That's why we can say that a surrounding is a empty space which apply direct influence on system, or system affected by empty space around system is regarded as a surrounding. Third one is the rigid wall. Rigid wall. Rigid wall. So it is a imaginary wall which separate. It is real or imaginary wall which separate system and surrounding both. For example, if a type of container is taken, this was the container, and if in this container gaseous matter is kept, then it is assembly of particle. This one is the system. It is a system, and empty space around the system which apply direct influence on this system is a surrounding. So these empty spaces are known as a surrounding. It is a surrounding. Empty space is known as a surrounding. So these three important terms, that is system, surrounding and rigid wall. This one is the rigid wall. It is a rigid wall here. It is a rigid wall which separates system and surrounding. This wall is regarded as a rigid wall. Rigid wall. It is a rigid wall. So in this way we can explain about system, surrounding and rigid wall. Now we will discuss about the types of system. It is very important to know about the types of system. We will discuss about types of system. Now we will discuss about types of system. Types of system. Types of system. In types of system, we will discuss about three types of system. One is the isolated system, second one is the closed system, and third one is the open system. In types of system, we will discuss about three types of system. First one is the isolated system. Isolated system. Isolated system. It is a type of system in which neither heat nor energy is transferred. It is a type of system in which neither heat nor matter is transferred. That is a isolated system. Consider about thermos flask in which tea is kept. If we have taken thermos flask and if in that thermos flask hot tea is kept, then that thermos flask work as a isolated system, because from thermos flask neither heat nor matter is transferred into surrounding, and such type of system are regarded as a isolated system. That's why thermos flask regarded as a isolated system. Second is the closed system. Second one is the closed system. Closed system. It is a type of system in which heat is transferred into surrounding but matter is not transferred. System from which energy is transferred, heat is transferred but matter is not transferred, that is known as a closed system. For example, if from a hard tube, if from a tube hot water is passes, then heat is transferred from tube but matter is not transferred, and such type of system is regarded as a closed system. If a type of tube is taken, if a RN tube is taken and from that tube hot water is passes, then energy is transferred from system to surrounding, heat is transferred from system to surrounding, but liquid is not transferred. Matter of water is not transferred, and that is known as a closed system. Third is the open system. Open system. Third one is the open system. Third one is the open system. If a type of container is taken for preparation of hydrogen gas, for example, if H2SO4 and the zinc metal is taken in this vessel, this was the H2SO4, and these are zinc granules. So if zinc mix with H2SO4, then what happens? Then zinc react with H2SO4 to form zinc sulfate with releasing hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas are evolved. Hydrogen gas H2 gas is evolved. Here hydrogen gas is transferred, heat is also transferred because it is open vessel, and such type of system are known as the open system. If in a system heat as well as matter both are transferred into surrounding, then such type of systems are regarded as a open system. For example, if zinc granules and H2SO4 both are kept in an open vessel, then zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is evolved. Here hydrogen gas and heat both are transferred into surrounding. That's why it is a open system. So in this way, there are three types of system can be formed: isolated system, closed system, and open system. These are three types of system. Now, on the basis of the composition of system, there are two types of system can be formed. On the basis of the composition of matter, there are two types of system can be formed. One is the homogeneous system, and second one the heterogeneous system. Homogeneous and heterogeneous system. On the basis of composition, on the basis of composition of matter, there are two types of system can be formed. One is the homogeneous, and second one is the heterogeneous. One is the homogeneous and second one is the heterogeneous. Homogeneous system. It is a type of system in which only one phase is formed. Component may be same or different, but if in a system only one phase is formed, then that is known as a homogeneous mixture. Like system of any solid substance, system of any liquid substance, system of gaseous mixture, or system of true solution. These are homogeneous system because in such type of system, matter are present in a single phase. So if single phase is present in any system, then that is known as a homogeneous system. For example, means in this system, homogeneous system, single phase is present. And in this system, true solution is taken, and true solution, system of solid substance, liquid substance, etc. These are single phase system. That is a homogeneous system. Second one, the heterogeneous system. If in any system two or more phases are present, components are immiscible to each other. If in that system two or more components are immiscible to each other, then that is known as a heterogeneous mixture. For example, mixture of any two immiscible component is known as a heterogeneous system. If two immiscible components are mixed together, then that system is known as a heterogeneous system. For example, system of ice and water, system of water and oil is a heterogeneous system. So in such type of system, two or more distinct phases are present, and if two or more distinct phases are present in any system, then that is known as a heterogeneous system. We should keep in mind, homogeneous systems are those types of system in which single phase is present. Components of system may be same or different, but single phase is present. That is a homogeneous system. For example, system of any solid substance, system of any liquid substance, system of gaseous mixture, and system of true solutions are regarded as a homogeneous system. But second one, the heterogeneous system, and in heterogeneous system, two or more immiscible substances are present. If in a system two or more distinct phases are present, then such type of system are known as a heterogeneous system. System of ice and water, system of water and oil, such type of systems are heterogeneous systems. So it is a type of system on the basis of the composition of matter, means matter present in which form, and such type of condition arise two type of system, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous system. Now dear student, in this chapter, means in chapter 6, In chapter 6, we will also discuss about the macroscopic properties. Macroscopic properties. Macroscopic 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 properties. Macroscopic properties. In macroscopic properties of system, we will discuss about the properties of system in which bulk quantity of matter is taken. If properties of any system depend upon the bulk quantity of matter, then that is known as a macroscopic properties. In macroscopic properties of system, we will discuss about two important properties. One is the intensive properties and second one the extensive properties. Intensive properties. In macroscopic properties, we will discuss about two type of properties. One is the intensive properties and second one is the extensive properties. Intensive properties and extensive properties. Intensive properties are those types of properties which does not depend upon the quantity of matter taken in a system. Properties whose magnitude does not depend upon quantity of matter present in a system is known as a intensive property. Intensive properties does not depend upon the quantity of matter present in a system. For example, density, polarity, molality, such type of properties are present in a intensive properties. Extensive properties are those types of properties whose magnitude depend upon quantity of matter taken in a system. Extensive properties are those types of properties whose magnitude depend upon quantity of matter present in a system. For example, mass, enthalpy, entropy, etc. Such type of properties are extensive properties whose magnitude depend upon quantity of matter present in a system. So these are two types of properties, intensive and extensive. Intensive and extensive. Now dear student, in next video we will discuss about the other basic concept of thermodynamics. Okay, thank you dear students.